Have you ever woken up in a dream and you kind of realize, wait a second, I'm dreaming right now? That's exactly what you're doing. Because when you do that in a dream, you can almost control the dream. You become lucid, right? So we want to become lucid in our reality. Quasi here. And in today's video, I want to share with you 4 strange habits that I've been using for the past 3-4 years that's allowed me to become a millionaire in my 20s. Now I know this sounds like clickbait, and honestly it is a little bit, but now that I think about it, over the past 3-4 years that I've spent building up my business from absolute zero to doing 1.2, 1.3 million a year consistently every single year, I've noticed that these 4 habits have stayed consistent, and these 4 habits have helped me perform to the absolute peak of my ability. So in this video, I want to share with you what those 4 habits are and how you can begin to implement them for yourself so you can focus, so you can have some consistent success that you can maintain in your life. So stick around to the very end of this video and let's go right ahead and get started. Real quick before I get started, you can now get access to our exclusive email list where I can share stuff with you that I can't really share on the YouTube channel because of the platform's limitations. So in order to access that, just real quick, scroll down to the pinned comments down in the comment section below. You can click on a link that'll take you to a new page where you can enter your name, email, and you'll get access to bonuses like the Identity Shifting Bootcamp and many other things that I can't really share on the channel. So go right ahead, click on that, and I'll see you there. So with that, let's go and get started with this video. 4 strange habits. Why do I call them strange? We'll find out. But essentially what I've found in my life was whenever you have a set of habits, it allows you to become more consistent in anything that you're doing. Right? So if you're completely erratic and one day you're doing something, next day you're doing something completely different and you're jumping from shiny object to shiny object, I've found that if you're a creative and there's a lot more creative aspect to your work, it works quite well. But if your work doesn't have a lot of creative aspects to it, you still need some sort of structure, even if you do have creative stuff in your work. Like I know vloggers who have a consistent vlogging time and a consistent vlogging routine and a consistent editing style. But within that structure, they know how to innovate, how to become more creative and jump around between things. So life is a consistent play between order and chaos. You need to learn how to balance order and chaos because there's pros and cons to both. If you get too ordered, you become too rigid, and I've been a victim of that. I used to always look at things as black or white, and I would stay with something until I burn it down to the ground and I figured, well, it's not working. And I would stay with it too long to the point where it's like, all right, why am I doing this still? It's clearly not working. To give you an example of that, I was doing Facebook ads and I was like, all right, somehow, some way I'm going to make it work. But for some reason, I just couldn't make it work. But because of my nature, that I was so focused and so disciplined, I tried it for years and dumped a lot of money in it and I just didn't find that it worked, right? Until I realized, well, maybe it's time to switch to something else. And that's exactly what I did. On the other hand, you also need some order in your life. You can't just be jumping to the new shiny object, new social media platform, and just jumping around like a madman. You need some discipline so you can stay focused and keep doing the same things again and again and again until you chip away at it and you reach some compound growth. So for example, I've been consistently making YouTube videos for a very long time because I found that it actually works. And I found that this channel is very rewarding. Right? You can share your message with a lot of people, people get value, and over time, your views, your subscribers, they keep compounding. Your old videos keep getting promoted. So life is a consistent, it's a balance, it's a play between order and chaos. It is up to you to find the optimal balance that works for you, right? So with that, let's go and get started with habits and the 4 habits that have helped me personally. So habit number 1, and I'm going to structure these out into different categories. So habit number 1 is lifestyle. Now there are 4 different things under lifestyle that have helped me personally. Okay, so before I started a business, I didn't really have any consistent sleep and wake up schedules. I didn't have any consistent diet. I didn't have consistency anything. So I was pretty much single and I spent most of my time chasing women and going out and partying. And after I got into a relationship and I had more consistency in that area of my life and I had a supportive partner, I could focus on business, right? So that's what really helped me out. So point A is having a consistent sleeping and waking schedule. I used to go to bed at like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and I'd wake up at 3 p.m. or like 1 p.m., right? And that wasn't helpful for me at all. So sleep consistent 8 hours. That's very, very crucial. If you sleep too little, you won't perform well. If you sleep too much, you won't have enough time in the day to do what you need. So there's always a balance. You have to find your personal balance. And I've usually found that 7 to 9 hours is optimal for people. So I would say, give yourself at least 8 hours of sleep time, in bed time. And out of that, maybe you'll sleep 7 hours. I made tons of videos on sleep. I'll put a reference video in the pinned comment so you can check it out, how to optimize your sleep. But having consistent sleep and wake up schedules was absolutely crucial for me. And my sleep schedule now is from 10 p.m. to 6:45 a.m. Every day I try to go to bed around 10:30, and I'll wake up at 6:45. Now I don't always go to bed at 10, sometimes it's 10:45, sometimes it's even 9:50, right? But usually I like to go to bed at a consistent 10 p.m. sleep time. That's number one. Part B is diet. Now, I used to eat junk food all the time thinking, oh, I'm young, it won't do anything to me. But then I would find myself just getting very compulsive and becoming brain dead and becoming like a zombie. And after I ate a meal, I would just become really bloated and I couldn't do anything. And I didn't understand why this was happening. I thought it was some weird thing that happened every time you ate. And I started to accept that. I was like, all right, this is just what happens after you eat. But that's bullshit, right? It's so crazy that you actually fall into that trap because you keep experiencing it so long and you start to succumb to a lower quality of life. Until I found out secrets to eating and secrets to diet and what diet works properly for you. So I'd recommend a test. It's called Viome, and I did it and I found out what was good for me and what was bad for me. So I found out that tomatoes and coffee and some other things cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and all of that, they were bad for me. And so I cut that out of my diet and I started immediately feeling a lot better. And sour cream, anything with histamines, that was bad for me. And also eating to the point where I'm too full is generally bad for you. So, I would always recommend eating, till you're 3/4 full. Again, I probably made a video on diet. I'll, do a reference post, but just understanding having a consistent diet, a consistent sleep schedule. If you're a business owner, you want to become a millionaire, this is what will get you there. Just having consistency in these areas of your life. So in terms of diet, I would say find something that works for you, at least 2 meals, and stick to it consistently. So I eat 3 meals every day, no snacking in between. And 2 of them are consistent, 2 consistent meals. Now, why I say 2 consistent meals and not 3 is because you need some variety, or else you'll get you'll feel repressed and then you'll act out. Sometimes you need to eat some junk food. Sometimes you need to eat that cake, but it's in moderation. You don't do it too much, because if you do it too much, then you run into trouble. Then you again, start feeling that way all the time. So if you're going to eat something, eat during a time when you don't have to perform tip top. So usually I'll have the 2 consistent meals during my work hours, breakfast and lunch, so that I perform the best. What do I eat? If you want to know what I eat, just let me know in the comments. I'll answer there, but I don't want to go too into detail about that. Just have 2 consistent meals every single day for 5 days a week, right? And on the weekends you can eat whatever, just make sure it doesn't set you up for failure the next week. So that's diet. That's an important thing I had to keep consistent that allowed me to make a lot of money. Point number 3 under lifestyle, point C under lifestyle. Good exercise routine or consistent exercise. This is so crucial because without exercise, none of these things fall into place. If you don't exercise, you won't be able to sleep well. I've found that when I don't exercise, I just become brain dead, but my body is very much alive, so I just can't sleep at night. I feel like a zombie. Right? And if you don't exercise, you're not going to want to eat properly. You're going to want to eat, you won't want to eat much, or you eat too much. I don't know. I just find that I'm out of balance when I don't have consistent exercise. What I would recommend is at least 3 days a week of strength training. Why strength training? It just has a lot of benefits to your metabolism. I find that when I do cardio, I don't feel as good. I want to eat more when I do cardio. But when I do strength training, my metabolism just goes on overdrive all the time. When I do cardio, your muscles don't go into repair mode, or at least not as much, I've found. I just genuinely, I can't explain it. I'm not an expert at this. I just don't feel as good on doing cardio as I do doing strength training. I can just tell all the fitness fanatics and scientists are going to shit on me for like making claims, but this is what I feel good doing, right? So 3 days a week of strength training, going to the gym at around in the morning time at around 8-9 a.m. and at least getting a 30-minute strength training workout. That's what I've been doing for the past 7 months, and I've been feeling fantastic. I feel great. My energy levels are very consistent throughout the day, and I don't feel fatigued whatsoever until the point I go to bed, and I sleep like a rock, right? So that's what I found with exercise. And number 4, point D under lifestyle is environment. Now, under environment, there's your physical environment and your social. So in terms of your physical environment, you want to be surrounded by nature, or at least some plants in your office or your room, whatever, and also get consistent sunlight. I used to live in New York, and I always felt depressed in the winter because I have a lot of melanin, and I need sunlight, very sufficient sunlight to be able to satisfy my vitamin D needs. So I need sunlight, and what I started to do in New York was use a tanning bed, because when you take pills, vitamin D pills, it's not as effective as actually getting real sunlight and UVB rays on your skin. And I can't believe, I don't remember where I learned this from. I think it was a book called Superhuman or Becoming Superhuman by Dave Asprey. That's what it was. And he mentions how when you get UVB rays touching your skin, it stimulates the production of vitamin D in the sulfate form, which you can't find in pills. So using a tanning bed helped me. And again, I'm not recommending you do this. This is just what I did. You may try it out. It might help. It might be helpful for you. So especially if you live in somewhere where there's winter, right? There's harsh winters, long winters. But now I live in Florida and I get a lot of sunlight all year round. So I stay pretty happy, and I like where I live. So environment, there's sunlight, and also social environment, which is basically who you surround yourself with. I had to get rid of a lot of toxic people in my life, and doing that has been so beneficial, because when I surround myself with toxic people who are not aligned to the goal that I want to get to, then I start to think like them and I start to behave like them. For example, my friends who used to not aspire to much in life, they would just, settle for jobs and, just do the minimum possible in their jobs just so they could wait till the weekend to drink and party. And I was like, well, I don't want to live my life like that. I want my life to be exciting on Mondays, right? I want to wake up excited on a Monday, which is exactly what's happened now. I wake up excited to work on my business every single day, and I'm kind of sad when the weekend comes around. Might sound kind of sad to you, but it sounds really happy to me. But anyway, social environment, surrounding yourself with the right people, sunlight, and just having nature and just plants and greenery around you. That's number 1, lifestyle. Number 2, mind control. What do I mean by this? Mind control. One strange habit that I've been doing every single day, and this is what we teach our clients in our flagship Reality Mastery program, is learning to control your mind, learning to center it and bring your attention back to its center. So you can do this with me right now. If you start to realize where you are right now and have spatial awareness, and you sort of look at yourself in the third person, you kind of ask yourself, who am I? Where am I right now? And what am I doing? And when you ask that question, by the way, you're not supposed to answer that question through the mind. You're supposed to realize it and have spatial awareness of where you are. And when you do, you become centered and more present. So it's kind of like waking up in a dream. Have you ever woken up in a dream and you kind of realize, wait a second, I'm dreaming right now? That's exactly what you're doing. Because when you do that in a dream, you can almost control the dream. You become lucid, right? So we want to become lucid in our reality. And by the way, it's infinitely difficult to center yourself if your diet and your sleep aren't under control. If you're just fatigued all the time and you have brain fog, you're not going to remember to center your attention, or you won't be able to do it as effectively. So this is something I've been doing for the past 4 years, and I truly believe this has allowed me to focus my efforts, my energies in the right direction, so that I can grow the business, so that I can make the money that I want to make, right? So mind control. What can I say about mind control? Well, simply get to the realization of, I see myself and I see my reality. That's it. Center self every hour. So you can just set a timer on your phone every hour to tick, and you just center yourself. Whatever you're doing, just bring yourself back from it. Take a step back and see yourself in your environment. See yourself and see your environment and realize that you exist, that there is some witnessing, there is some existence, instead of just having your attention so glued to the task that you're on right now. That's it. That's simply all you have to do. You just have to wake up in reality every single hour. That's it. So center yourself every hour. And this is one of the most powerful things that I've been doing. Number 3, this has also been crucial. And this is daily journaling and daily planning. Okay, let's write it as daily journaling. What do I mean by this? So there's a morning section, a morning. And this is in a 3-3-3 format. What I mean is, every morning when I wake up, I have a notebook, kind of like something like this. You can get it on Amazon. It's like $5, $10 maybe. And on it, I have 2 sides. So you know how there's 2 sides here? One side will be for the morning and one side will be for the evening or at night or after work, whenever you finish your day. So in the morning, I have a 3-3-3, where I ask 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things I'm focusing on today, and 3 priorities. So to give you an example of this, 3 things I'm grateful for. What am I grateful for today? Oh, I'm grateful for this amazing home that I'm in. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for awesome business and awesome clients, right? Simple. You just write those down and you realize it. Take a moment to realize it, not just mindlessly write them down. 3 things you're grateful for. 3 things you're focusing on. Now, these are things that you're focusing on for your personal development or your internal growth. So what am I focusing on today? I'm focusing on centering myself. I'm focusing on letting go. Every hour I will remind myself to let go. I'm focusing on less distraction and more focus, not caving into every distraction, right? So these are all valid. So these are things that you're focusing on to help yourself become a better person, a better you, okay? And 3 priorities. So these priorities are governed by your goals. So for example, if you have a goal to grow your business, you know you have to do certain tasks this month, this quarter, and subsequently, the days that are in the month. So today, what are your 3 priorities? What 3 things do you want to accomplish today that'll help you move one step closer? Oh, I want to work on the funnel that I was building. Oh, I want to work on my ads. Oh, I want to reach out to more people and start more conversations. I want to start 10 conversations today. Write those down. And after you write them down, the priorities, transfer them to your Google or Apple Calendar. And that way you never not do it. All you have to do every hour or like every task block is look at, all right, what do I have right now and what am I going to do right now? That's it. This has kept me so accountable and so focused and so disciplined because I don't have to question every hour like, all right, what do I do now? I know what to do now. It's in my calendar. I've already planned out my day. And again, this is a rough guideline, right? As you start off, you're going to be like, all right, it'll take me an hour to reach out to 10 people. Maybe it takes you 2 hours, right? So next day, set it for 2 hours. So this is a process of feedback and improving, right? So that's something that I've been doing every single day for the past 4 years. B, nighttime. What do I do at night? The nighttime is so again, this is just the other side. I would just do it on that side. And what this looks like is a 3-3. So 3 things that went well today. Went well. And 3 things to improve on. So you do an evaluation of your day and you kind of give yourself a rating out of 10, right? So this is we like to call this an alignment to ideal self rating out of 10. So how aligned were you to your ideal self today? If you could give yourself a rating based on how you've defined yourself and who you want to become to achieve that $1 million or $10,000 or whatever your goal is, how would you give yourself a rating out of 10 today? How do you think you've performed today? This is what we do in our program. Give yourself a rating out of 10 after you do 3 things that went well today. What went well today? Just find something, anything. There are 3 things that went well today. 3 good things and 3 things to improve on every single day. And when you write down these 3 things to improve on, just look at, all right, what was I focusing on? Did I do those? Did I not do those? That's one way you can look at it. And that's how you do daily journaling. So that's number 3. Number 4, and this is something I've been doing as well, taking a quarterly vacation. This is strange. This is weird. I haven't heard a lot of people do this. Quarterly vacation. So every quarter in my business, I plan out 1 week, a stretch of a whole week where I take a vacation. I just go, I completely switch off for 7 whole days. And I don't think any business owner really does this. And I'm sure you can grow without it. But what I love about this is it kind of allows you to take a step back. Because when you're too close to something, you can't get a larger bird's eye perspective of things. But when I take a step back and I come back to work, old problems that kept sticking all of a sudden get solved by themselves without me having to do anything. And I just find solutions literally out of the blue. Things just happen to fix themselves. So every quarter I take a 7-day vacation. And what this challenges you to do, by the way, is structure your business in such a way that it's not so dependent on you. So you start to optimize for your business to be able to run without you. And again, that's the goal, right? That's the goal everyone is striving for. If your business can run without you, then you're going to be able to work on growing your business rather than in your business. You can work on your business rather than in your business. So every quarter, this is what I like to do. And this made me think about, all right, what kind of strategic hires do I need to make so that the business runs without me and is generating revenue? At first, when I started to take these vacations, I had to shut everything down, tell my clients, hey, I'm taking a vacation, and then just leave, and there would be no money coming in because I was doing all of the sales calls myself. But then I started to hire people and I was like, wow, this is cool. I can take a vacation now and we're still making money. Money's still coming in while I'm on vacation and things are still being run, right? So I take a 7-day vacation, usually at the end of every quarter. So January, February, March, at the end of March, I'll take a vacation. Or actually, I already did, I think, a 3-4 day one. But anyway, I'll take another vacation end of June and basically every quarter after that. So next June, my wife and I are going to Puerto Rico for 7 days, and we've got a resort already for that, and that should be a lot of fun. And every time, again, I do this, I just get clearer on the vision, and it gives me more time to reflect. If you want to be in the zone 100%, you have to learn how to get out of the zone. You can't always be in the zone, because being in the zone is so mentally, physically draining that you need to rest and recover. When you're building muscle, the recovery and the growth phase actually happens when you're resting, not when you're working out, right? When you're working out, you're destroying the fibers. When you're resting, it's recovering. Right? So these are the 4 strange habits that have made me a millionaire in my 20s. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of this. If you like this, if you have any follow-up questions. Obviously, there's a lot more than this. There's probably 10 other habits that I can name off the top of my brain or mind. But these are the things that have stuck out to me the most when I thought about this topic. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this, if you like this or not. And if you'd like to see any future videos, leave me a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And also, I'm super excited to announce if you'd like to work closer together with me and my team in our flagship Reality Mastery program, enrollment for that is now open. You can scroll down to the pinned comments down in the description below and schedule your call with us. Now, who we typically work with are people who are entrepreneurs and business owners, and they're stuck at least 5K a month. They're making at least 5K a month in their businesses. They want to scale up, they want to make more, but they just find that they can't. They have an invisible barrier. They have all of the tactics and strategies, and how they know is because they're seeing other people using the same strategies and tactics making much more money than them. But for some reason, it's not working for them. And they're seeing that what problem they have is not a strategic one, solely, but also a personal problem. Their personal problems are reflecting into their business. So if that sounds like you, click on the link in the pinned comments or the description below to sign up. Let's see if we can help you solve this. And our free Facebook group is open for you to take advantage of. The link for that is also in the description. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.